These are the apples and pears that we picked that aren't quite ripe yet. They've got to come off the trees because there's impending frosts, but they won't ripen for a while yet. And these ones are perfect for storing through the winter because if you store them properly, they just continue ripening. And for this, you will need some crates, some scissors, and some straw or hay. And these pears at the top are very hardy. They're always really late ones, and they're really solid as rock still. So they'll ripen nicely inside. And then I've got mostly winter jam apples, and they don't ripen until later on. So they'll be perfect for this. So if I get one of these crates out. And put that here. And then my scissors and cut the straw or the hay, it doesn't really matter which. So you get some straw or hay and just line the bottom of one of the crates with it about so thick. Maybe a bit more than that. Okay. So, and then put some apples or pears, evenly spaced, not touching. I think in this little crate probably about 6 like that. And then put another load of straw on top of that. So these bits here on top of the crates, they fold over like that, and then another crate like sits on top of them. And you want to make sure that the fruit doesn't come up above that layer because you don't want it to be squashed. So here, well, stuff a little bit. If you need to, if one's like rolls towards the edge, just stuff a bit behind it. But there's easily room there that's not touching the top. So another crate will sit on top of that without squashing the pears. That's good. So I can get 3 rows in these little crates. Alright, and probably another one in there, a little bit stuffed behind it, because you don't want them to be completely covered by straw so they're protected from the cold and the wet, like that, and then cover them over with a bit more straw, like so, and then you get the next one, pull these bits over, and then stick that one on top, and then start the next one. And the reason we're using these tiny little crates is because all the apples and pears are occupying all of the big crates at the moment. So when we've emptied this one, then we can start filling that one, and then we've got some bigger crates, and then we can start doing a stack of bigger crates. But I thought I'd do these little crates for the demonstration today. So loads of these ones. Ooh. Obviously, when you're doing them, if you see any that are a bit chewed and manky like that one, there's like something's been eating it, just lob it somewhere. Birds will like that. Ooh. Or if it's got a burrow in it or anything, that's not nice. And then you've got some of these little apples, winter gems. They're really hard as rock still, but they'll be nice in like a month or something, and they'll last till probably January. Some types of pears will actually last till February or maybe March. Um, that's got a little hole in it, so I can go over there as well. I don't really mind keep mixing them up, but you can put them separately, you know. But I just think it's nice to have them together, just whatever comes out and whatever fits in, because sometimes you've only got a little space and a little small apple like that will fit in nicely. And then yeah, another layer on top, and then more. And yeah, it's so nice to have fresh apples in the winter. And of course then you've got strawberries which start in May if you've got them like in the polytunnel, like in a hanging basket or something, and then so the apples will last till maybe March, so you've only got a short gap without any fruit then. So I like to stuff a little bit of straw in the edges so that they don't roll and touch the sides, because then they might freeze being in the shed. And then when I'm happy with that, then I put a little layer on top. And it's not very high to the top, so I could just probably fit a few apples in there. Perhaps not that one. We don't want them to come to the top because we don't want the next crate to squash them. However, on the top crate you can put a load of them more. You can have a few more layers piled up on the top crate. In fact, I think this is the top crate. Right, so the top crate you can just pile it up more as long as nothing else is going to go on top of it. And those are the ones you're going to eat first. You can be really super organised and have different varieties. You know exactly when they ripen. You can have the ones that ripen in November, and then the ones that are on top, and then the ones that ripen in December underneath. But I'm not that organised, so I just put them all in together. But in future years I might be more organised. You never know. So there's that one there, and I can just put a few more on the top here, and some apples. And having them mixed up, it gives me a variety. You know, I don't have to just have all this type and then all that type. I could just do one layer at a time, and it's like a mixture. Right, I should do, I think, stuff some behind that one, and stuff some there so they're not on the edge, and there, and we don't want any touching either, so maybe just that one, maybe not that one. And there, and then put some more of that on the top, and carry these into the shed, and I'll put them somewhere, you know, just out of sunlight, not heated, but they're protected from the frost by this straw. So now I've got a proper size crate. Again, a nice layer of straw in the bottom, spread about, and space out the fruit like before. Yeah, they don't smell ripe yet, so it'd be really nice to have for winter. Nicely spaced out. Little fruit will fill in a little space. More straw or hay, and make sure it's all behind them and in between them, like that, and more of these. And so on. Stuff little bits of straw if the fruit look too close together, or if they're too close to the edge, like that, and like so. Probably fit another one in there, probably that one of them. And there. And see, I think I might have room for another layer in here. There's so many more in this bigger crate. But when our trees were really small, the little crates were enough. And on the final row, I wonder if we'll get all of them in here. That's not very nice. And that one's not very nice either. And that one, yeah, I think we'll fit them all in. Excellent. Right. Cover that all over with straw. Like that. And then these join the others in the shed. So I hope you liked today's video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I shall see you next time.